Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Matt P.
And your boy Jeremy Chase.
And this is Parking Lot Parables. We are coming once again with a new episode.
Oh, yeah.
And we hope everybody's had a good week so far. It is Wednesday. You have made it halfway through the week.
Definitely. And today we got a surprise for you guys. We have our first guest on Parking Lot Parable, Miss Angel Kelly. Angel, would you introduce yourself?
What's up? What's up to the parking lot committee? All the ones who come in and check in with this crew. Listen, my name is Angel Kelly. I am co-founder. The Lord's the main founder. I'm just the one he used the face for Kelly's Kreative 2020. And so we are at the Kelly's Kreative. We are a huge fan of the parking lot. So we are honored to be on. Thank you all for having us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And like she said, go and follow her page. We'll put a link in the description as well.
Because she has a great
community. Utilize her services. Send us some coins. but for real, we thank you, Angel, for coming on with us. So we got a topic today. I'm gonna let you go into it a little bit, bro.
You gonna let me go into it?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
Okay. All right. So I seen somebody I follow on Facebook. He made a statement saying our culture doesn't acknowledge the pain of men, or our culture today. So I was thinking about that a little bit, and I was like, well, man, maybe we should talk about that. All right, and not just of men though, but of women as well, because I feel like the culture we have today doesn't acknowledge the pain of men or women. You know, everybody's a savage these days.
Yeah.
So, Angel, why don't you start us off? What do you think about that?
First of all, I think the topic is amazing. When Jeremy reached out, first of all, and gave the topic, it just kind of like strummed my heart, because I was like, wow, that's one thing that we call it taboo. And particularly in the Black community or the community of color, is that we don't like to talk about pain, because we associate pain with weakness. Vulnerability, and that's not at all what pain is. Pain is power, and being able to work through pain is powerful. So I thought when he gave me the topic, I'm like, oh man, yeah, like people are needing to hear that no, pain is a good thing, and if you can work through it, it's even better. So I'm totally for this topic.
All right, Jeremy.
To that, I would say that, you know, especially from the male point of view, that like it's a stigma that we can't really share in our pain. You know, a lot of men feel like they have to hold it up. They have to be action. Like, we're not allowed to express our words, not allowed to, you know, give our views on stuff. But, you know, the culture has to change, because, man, people are dying of heart attacks because they're not expressing how they feel. They're not dealing with their pain. They're just letting it build up. So I'm at the point where even in my own life, like the things that are painful to me, I'm working on healing in those things, and just, you know, just trying to build me better, you know, because we all go through at any point. And, you know, I feel that pain is overlooked a lot in a lot of families, a lot of churches, a lot of culture, just in general. You know, we see drama on TV all the time, but we forget those people have real lives, and we don't really show how to deal with those type of areas, you know, as far as pain. But yeah, man, we definitely got to talk about it, man.
Yeah, I think we've done kind of been building up to this point, you know, because we talked about anger, dealing with anger. We talked about church hurt.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think we have kind of come full circle with the last some of our episodes coming to this point right here.
Yeah.
So I mean, pain has a lot of different sources. You got pain from family, you got pain from church family, you got pain from a significant other. So I mean, and there's different, you have to deal with each one differently.
Yeah, that's true.
So let's talk about that pain from let's talk about, so for women, I feel like a lot of women, when they go through things, when they get to expressing it, it's sometimes misinterpreted as having an attitude, or how a lot of black women, especially, are there's like hit with this stigma, like, no, they always got an attitude. I don't feel like, that's why I don't feel like dealing with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I think that's it kind of stems to that. We're not acknowledging the pain that they go through. So to that, Angel, what would you say to that?
So one of the things that I did, and it took me a minute to not just acknowledge it, to accept it. So even growing up in my own home, I have a beautiful 2-parent home, and in that was pretty much provided everything I could have needed and most of what I wanted. But one of the things that I found out was that I was more an emotional based child, meaning I might have needed a little bit more emotion than some other sibling that might have didn't need that. And so one of the things that I ended up doing, I went and got a certification in mindful meditation, where it's showing how you have to rework your life and reparent yourself. And you have to be in the art of like just being, because what's happening is often we do react rather than reflect on what's going on. And so often you will get, I see now, because you're not, that's what we're reacting off of some situation that we feel like is out of our control, and what we're really not even wanting you to do, we don't want you to fix it, we want it to stop, so we just react. But mindful meditation teaches that you're supposed to reflect, and you're supposed to be one in that moment. And something about that with women is, and I think it's with men too, is that we don't invest time to slow down our lives to see what are issues in our lives. We just know how to fix it. Get in there and fix it. Get in there and make it go away. Get in there and make it stop. Instead of really saying, "Ooh, what's ailing me right now? What's paining me right now? What's
the cause?"
We don't want to find that, because I know that life is fast paced. Time is money. That's what people say. But really, time, to not do it the right way, you waste the time anyway. So you might as well slow it down, figure out what's going on. So I do know, like you said, that angry black woman and all that, they're not all angry. Some of them are in pain. You know what I mean? And nobody's helping them get to the root of that. I
feel you. And when you were saying that, we need to slow down in order to acknowledge our pain, I feel like I remember I was in a relationship a while ago, and like I didn't know how to express my pain, because for me it takes a while to really communicate what I'm feeling. And like, I felt like, she was like, well, I need to know right now. So, cause like, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong. But, in that, I learned that I have to acknowledge my feelings, cause some stuff, it'll like hurt for a second, then it'll just go to the back of my mind and I don't even remember that it happened. And then like something else will bring that same pain up. So like you said, we have to slow down and acknowledge what gives us that pain. Whether it's like we said, in our family, going through work, like everything, like especially, when you're trying to grow, especially if you're a Christian trying to, do your thing. But pain is a big subject. And no, you go ahead, Angel. Yeah, I was pretty much fine.
For me, suppression, I'm calling it the new oppression, because we suppress so much. Like I didn't even realize I suppressed so many things, like even down to like what restaurant we're going out with friends. Sometimes we'll just like, I hate that restaurant, or I don't like that food. Instead of acknowledging it, what do? Oh yeah, I'm good, let's go. But you're not good, and you don't want to go. Instead of saying, I'll go with you all as a support, but I'm not going to eat that, or I'm going to eat before, or whatever. And people take it so, I guess they get so offended, like, so we just suppress.
Yeah, I was like that a lot, especially caring what others thought, because I don't want to hurt nobody, don't want to, just be mean. But at the same time, we have to be ourselves. We're human. We all go through different stuff, and like, just healing from pain. But yeah,
let's talk sources of pain.
Ooh.
All right, man. So there's many different sources with men and women. It can stem from what happened as a child, family, friends. So, all right. So transparency right now. What's something you went through that caused you pain and you had to get over? And how did you get over it?
I think my last breakup, that was like, that one hit, because I was in love. And, we broke up because we weren't ready. We weren't ready to be in a relationship. And I secluded myself and, had to relearn what I like in a lot of stuff. Because like I said before, I was the person that, I did whatever anyone else did. But I had to relearn what I love. Relearn, my likes, my dislikes. Even in that, I had to pray. Because like a lot of days I was feeling hurt, although the situation didn't end in a bad way. But at the same time, you still miss having that someone in your life, battling loneliness, well, did I do something wrong? Like for a long time, I felt like it was me that, that ruined it. But at the same time, it was both of us. We weren't ready. And, just being even mature to acknowledge that I had to grow. Right. But, that was probably my worst pain. I've had similar as far as, family members dying.
Right.
Like that's a pain that you have to take day by day, especially if they were super, super close to you. That's one pain that it takes years to get over that type of pain. But, even with that, I had to pray, have to know that, they're in a better place. Know that God has them, God's protecting them, God's protecting me. But those are the two painful areas that I had to deal with.
Angel?
Oh, God. A window of transparency. I'm going to go with my more recent one that I came to discover. And again, it was just baffling because I never envisioned. But I found out that I was paining myself. I was my worst pain person. And I think it was when I found out was that I'm going to piggyback off of what Jeremy said about people pleasing. In other words, I didn't realize how much I like to dim my light or to shy away from the person that I'm supposed to be to make other people feel comfortable. When you do something great, it was sometimes, I guess, and it does stem off of childhood, that sometimes I was around friends who maybe didn't get that award that I got, or who didn't get that successful compliment I got in the classroom. And so what ends up happening is kids actually are brutal. Kids will, they'll pick at you or they'll critique you based on your success. And guess what you end up doing? Suppressing it. That's why I say suppression is a new oppression. That is way new. I started now trying to dim that if, I made honor roll, don't tell anybody because you don't want anybody picking. And it's like, are you serious? What? But I did that to myself for so many years and did not even know. And I was so shameful. I promise you, when I first came to discover this through the art of several of my mentors who were just great life coaches, but to find that I was so embarrassed. I'm like, God, I did that to myself. Nobody did that to me. I did that to myself because the peer pressure that was around me said, you have to dim your light to make other people feel comfortable. And that's not good. We should never do that.
Compromising your whole character.
God.
Yeah, what about you, bro?
I know, Matthew gotta tell us.
Well, I ain't really got no relationships to talk about, to be honest, bro. Like, I'll say one of the most painful, aggravating moments has come from church.
Been there, done that.
Like, I'm gonna try and tell it without telling it.
Okay.
Like,
transparency window. Get transparent.
I mean, so like, to me, it seemed like, and this is why I honestly, like, next church I joined, like, all the trying to be like this with the first family and all that other type of stuff, is I'm good on that. Because it's like, especially in smaller churches.
Yeah.
Man, because you know it's like everybody know everything, all in your business. You know, so if you start venturing out trying to do other things, it's like, oh, you done changed this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, it ain't even that serious. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then it's a bad way to be in when people in the church start having you questioning your salvation.
Exactly.
Like,
For real, like if you don't agree what's going on there, like something might be wrong with you.
Yeah. Gotta know for yourself.
You gotta know for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I mean, at the end of the day, I had to realize that, you know, look, I mean, I have my own walk with Christ to walk through. So, you know, we just got to keep it moving. And, you know, it was being there for as long as I was. I mean, it wasn't easy.
Amen.
You know, stepping out, you know, like, but you just have to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So, I lost no sleep over it either.
And you know what, I feel you on that. Especially with church pain, because you pour so much into, you know, church, and you know, whether you're serving on a team or leadership or anything like that, that it becomes your life. And I feel that, you know, when you at the point where it feels like you always in trouble, you know, like I know God spanks us every now and then, but every time I come to church, like, what's going on? But, you know, when you get to that point where you feel more depressed leaving than when you came in, it's like, I don't know if this is for me. But, you know, in all those situations, you got to consult God, got to pray. That's why it's important to know God for yourself.
you know, and all those things.
But that is a painful process to get through.
And this culture that we're hearing today, it's very anti-church, anti-Bible, relatively speaking anyway. Like, nobody wants to hear truth anymore, biblical, you know. And if they are throwing around scriptures, some of them are twisting it around, leaving certain stuff out, rewording things here, you know, to make it to try and back a certain narrative that they're trying to push.
Exactly.
And
Coating it with barbecue sauce, man.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, that type of stuff. I mean, like, I think it's important to question, like, if you're at a church, it's important to ask, all right, who am I helping? Who are we helping here?
Yeah.
You know, since I've been here, who's came to Christ? Has anybody came to Christ? I think if you've been at a church for years and you ain't seen nobody change, or I'm like, I mean, I think it's important to ask, like, I want to go somewhere where I can help people.
yeah.
I want to feel like I'm helping people.
That's true.
You know, if I don't feel like I'm helping anybody, it's time. In my personal belief, it's time to bounce.
Yeah. And you know what? With church pain, that stems into family. Man, like, you know, if a stranger stabs you in the back, that's okay. You know, you don't know them. But family, like, you know, we've all, like, fought and, you know, playfully with our family, like, you know, brother and sister, you know how we tussle and all this stuff. But there are those serious moments in family where, you know, you cause little painful things. It could be even little stuff like, you know, there's the whole light skin versus dark skin, you know, thing within families. Like, there's so much that little seeds, especially like parents playing favoritism, like all that type of stuff. And I don't think we acknowledge, you know, the pain that we go through in our families. I've known for a while, like, it's even hard sometimes to, like, go back and be like, you remember when you said this and that? It sort of hurt me. And we're like, oh, child, just get over it. It ain't that big of a deal. But, you know, I think as, you know, the black community, as black families, we all need to come together and, like, just hear each other out. Because we all go through a whole bunch that we don't even know about.
I agree. And then let me ask y'all, just because I mean, it's like a mere thought that done came in my head, and maybe we can conjure up thoughts that can make solutions to why. Why do you think we're so comfortable in pain? Like it's people who's been wearing pain for 40, 50 years. Why do you think we're so comfortable with it?
I believe over the generations, we have trained ourselves to just dismiss it. Like starting back from, we can go back as far as possibly like the 60s, where the fathers were starting to disappear out of the homes, and now the family was starting to fall apart, and now grandmas are having to step in and raise their children's children, and like nobody's no longer taking responsibilities for the families that they're making. Like I don't know, I wouldn't say that's the only reason, but I feel like it definitely plays a part. Like we're not being taught to acknowledge, and we're not being taught how to deal with it.
Yeah, and like I was saying before, like when you're a kid, you don't get hurt for a majority of things. Like,
right.
If you cry, you like, shut up, boy, you ain't hurt. Like,
you
don't know what real hurt is. And like we dismiss our feelings, so it's like, it's a stigma that makes it wrong to cry. So like even in those things like that, like we just say we supposed to go through this and not do nothing about it. We can't like even nowadays, like we gotta talk to our children, know what they're going through. Cause I know growing up, I wish I had more opportunities to express how I was feeling with, my parents, my brothers and sisters. But back then it was like children should be heard. I mean, should be seen, not heard.
Seen, not heard, yeah.
And but nowadays it's like we have open communication where I can express, how I'm feeling. But I think it has to start at a young age because it allows them to learn how to deal with pain that they go through, because they're gonna have painful moments. And we have to be there to teach them how to go through it. Not to ignore it, but actually, deal with it.
And I would just add that it has to be a balance. Like, I want my children, and I feel like, well, before I say this, I feel like that's why it's so important that we as individuals acknowledge everything that we've dealt with. So we are not like in that mindset where, oh, your child is crying, shut up, boy, you ain't hurt. Like you said, you don't know what real pain is. That's because we haven't dealt with our pain. Yeah, we still hurt.
Yeah.
So it's important now that we don't have children at the moment, that we deal with what we're going on, what we've had to deal with. Let's deal with it.
Yeah.
So we can be transparent with our children, and when they're hurting, when they have something they need to talk about, we can listen.
Yeah.
I agree.
Effectively listen.
Oh God,
hurt people.
Yeah. Hurt parents over here making hurt kids.
Oh, the Hurts. That's their last name.
What was that one joker said? Your daddy ain't, your mama ain't, and your kids ain't gonna be.
Like that generational.
Trans families over here making more trans families out here.
And what I also think about, like when it comes down to why we so comfortable in pain, bro, how they got that saying to my, you trust the devil versus the one you don't. So we just assume that because pain is a devil or it's something that we can't handle, it's just better for us to keep dealing with it the way we've been dealing with it, because we can handle this part. We know what to do. When we really making a mess of stuff.
That's toxic.
That is toxicity at its finest. That is toxicity. You're right.
There's so many toxic things that our culture really needs to shed, but and I mean it's got to be an individual thing. Like each individual has to make a decision to say no more.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can all do it, and then we can talk to the next person, try and help them. We can try and help them through it. Yeah. Some people, if you stick around too long, that toxic mess will rub off on you. Cut them off.
Yeah.
I mean, but I believe it is important to try and help people through their problems. I mean, because like I said, you don't want. It's like watching hood rat family they just corrupting the child. And then they wonder why he act the way he act. I mean, look how you act.
Oh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we talked a lot about painful situations. You want to add anything else, bro? Any other?
Yeah. Well, I'll just say that it's important. Everybody acknowledge your pain. If you know you're hurt, don't be out here trying to find somebody to be hurt with.
Come on, don't boo up.
I'm like,
Okay.
oh well, it hurts less to be not lonely. No, bro, man, stay your trash behind to yourself. If you a trash individual, stay in your trash corner and recycle yourself.
Come on.
Get right. Get right. Then find somebody. And you know what? If you need help, you know, I'm not beyond helping somebody. You can reach out to us. You can reach out to every one of us, and if we can help, we will.
Yeah.
And if we can't help, we'll lead you to somebody who can.
That's right.
And if you're one of those people who don't like talking to people like that, then I encourage you to talk to God.
Amen.
He is the final help, the best help.
But man, like being in this like pain, you deal with foolishness.
Speaking of which, y'all know what time it is.
Oh yeah.
It is Miss Me
with
the Foolishness. Tell them about it.
So we got this article, and we'll probably flash up a picture of what this guy is doing. But it's another Florida man. We can't escape Florida man. Like he just everywhere.
I think we talked about Florida man last time, didn't we?
Yeah. But he is in a full Grim Reaper outfit. And he's on the beach trying to warn people to wear their mask. Like, you know he got to be hot. Like, man, he just out here. And you know they don't even show the face on it. Like, he just full Grim Reaper with it.
Hey, you know what would have made it better, though?
What?
If he had been walking around with a Jamaican accent. Like, that one cartoon with the two kids and... What was it called? Grim and
Grim and Mandy?
Yeah.
Billy and Mandy? Yeah.
Yeah, man, you better put on a mask, man.
Like, just be out there in all black. That will give you heat stroke and you might pass out.
Exactly.
Yeah, he ain't got to worry about COVID messing with him.
Well, man,
now you go ahead and explain to Jesus why he got this black robe on.
Trying to get the pearly gates.
Okay.
And be like, he gonna be like, Lord, I was just trying to pass around to me. I never knew you.
Man.
Walking around with that doggone cloak on.
And it's funny, if you watch the video, you see that, you know, ain't nobody stunting them. Like, they looking like it's just normal for them, a random person to be walking like this. Like, it's nowhere near Halloween neither. So, and you know it, Georgia, it's like 90-something degrees, so.
Yeah, whatever. In Florida, that means it's probably at least 4 degrees hotter, at the very least.
Man, I couldn't do it.
Well, you know, they got stranger things going on down there. Last Florida man we talked about, he was around in Costco cutting up.
Oh yeah, man. He was up there trying to get in without a mask, and well, he felt it was his God-given right not to wear a mask. So I'm like, man.
Fam said we've been running the world since 1776.
I'm done.
Man.
I'm done.
Not the move.
Well, I don't know. It's a lot to think about. But it is good to be safe. Wear your mask in the grocery stores. I would say wear gloves too, to be honest, because I didn't realize how much people touch stuff.
Yeah.
Until like I was just walking around Walmart the other day. I was like, look at these people just touching every doggone thing.
Oh yeah, they're touching and put it back quick.
And then rub their face.
Ugh.
So y'all that steal them grapes, don't do that no more.
Oh my God. Yeah, they still doing that. I seen a lady gonna put them grapes over there and just sit them over there with the cereal. I'm like, no man. I was like, look, 10 years ago, you didn't wash them things. We didn't say nothing. But now, you not only did not wash them and you ate them, you don't put them over here by the cereal. That
I'm
contaminated
telling you.
I'm like,
Should have ate a mouthful of COVID.
Oh man, they killed that bag. They killed that bag.
Gracious, man.
Probably coughed on it and everything. Didn't know it.
Mm.
I've seen it all. I've seen people destroy a whole bag and not even pay for it, just leave it somewhere. I'm like, well, dog. One lady I saw, she got, you know how you can order little chicken and stuff at the deli.
Yeah.
She was popping that chicken popcorn. Just
And then they'll leave the empty container right over there on the shelf.
okay. I was like, well, dog.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm guilty.
Like I said, man, with them grapes,
Back in the
man,
day.
10 years ago, yeah, you take a bag, you roll through with that bag. But what I'm saying is now I'm like, girl, you, when I say bowl,
Okay,
No, you can't do that now.
I'm telling you.
And girl, them grapes ain't worth being on that respirator for. Imagine that. Them the best grapes I ever had.
Man, I don't even know a grape's in season. Like, you choke on that one bad grape, it's over.
You already can't breathe.
oh my
But,
God.
Yeah, we we just want to say to everybody, I challenge everybody to take a good look at yourself. Like Michael Jackson's song used to say, "The man in the mirror." Sometimes we'll be like, "Lord, if there's anything in me, you already know what's in you. Stop lying in church. You already know what's in you."
Yeah.
Most of the time, you already know. You probably cussed the usher out in the back in your head when they didn't give you a fan you wanted. So like, just acknowledge what's going on inside,
Yeah.
and like work through it. Don't stop bearing it. Stop all with what's some other they would do, bearing it, suppressing it,
Yeah.
and deal with it.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to pass that type of stuff on to the next generation. I mean, we are already dealing with things that, you know, people before us didn't deal with. You know, they didn't handle it. You know, they just swept it under the rug.
Yeah.
Like family members abusing other family members. That mess got to stop.
Yeah.
Trying to sweep that under the rug. That's got to stop.
Yeah.
Molestation, all that type of stuff.
yeah.
Like, it's so many things that goes on within the Bat family they don't like to acknowledge. That mess has got to stop today.
I mean, we gotta create the culture to, you know, speak out.
Yeah.
You know, don't hold that stuff in because it can ruin you.
And we really need to stop making excuses. All that it's just me, this just how I am. Those are excuses. Be an ever learner and stop making so many excuses. That's just not you. That's just not who you are.
Yeah. You've been hurt, and it's all right to acknowledge it.
Yeah.
But Angel, plug your page one more time for us.
All right, so listen, ladies and gentlemen, because I think parking lot committee members as well as Kelly's creatives, I think they are already a close-knit environmental family anyway. And if they're not, I'm gonna push this plug. Y'all about to be. So again, y'all make sure y'all always come and check out my boys here at the Parking Lot Parables. But definitely, if you want to, come and vibe over Kelly's Creative 2020 Love Bugs, because we are pretty much great minds thinking at the same time alike, and I'm loving it. I enjoyed this so much. Hopefully, this won't be our last, and hopefully these guys.
No, most definitely not.
Okay, good. I'm hoping they'll come and play in our playground at the creative community.
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
I'd be more than happy to have them on. So I just thank y'all so much for at least, letting me come on and sit in.
Are you on Instagram?
I'm not on Instagram. Listen, let me tell y'all. Look at me. Can you see me? Look at me. She is techie not at all. She is not techie at all. It was so funny. I was having people trying to convince me, okay, it's time for you to get on TikTok. Give me a minute. They were like, it's not a minute. I'm like, give me a minute. I am not there, but I look forward to some of those things being pushed out, maybe towards the end of the year. We're looking at it. They're just waiting on me to say so.
But she is on YouTube and Facebook.
Oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber, so check out Kelly's Creative. I totally forgot that.
Oh yeah.
Is that Kelly's creative with a K or a C?
Oh, because it's got to be with the K. Something about me and the letter A and the letter K, we just get along. So make sure you look at Kelly's Creative with the K.
Right.
Check out the video. Most definitely, I think y'all love to be a part of that community as well.
Oh yeah,
for sure. If y'all want to follow me, you can follow me at Matthew Priest on Facebook, Matthew E. Priest on Instagram, and Unprecedented MP on Snapchat and Twitter.
Oh yeah, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at the Chase Harden on all social media platforms.
If y'all have any questions, y'all want to just hit us up, you want to be anonymous, you can hit us up on the parkinglotparables@gmail.com. Y'all stay on the lookout. We gonna be what do we got coming up, bro?
Well, we're gonna be having some giveaways soon, so make sure you following the page because that's coming real soon.
Yeah, be attentive because there will be steps to the giving away.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be like tag some friends, share some things.
Mm-hmm.
But it will be worth it though.
Yeah,
we are working on a couple of skits. We writing them right now.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all be on the lookout for that.
Oh yeah.
But again, Angel, we do appreciate you stopping by
In the parking lot parables
section. For sure. Once again, I am Matt P.
I'm Jeremy Chase.
One time.
Yes, sir.